Hello and welcome to Write 1060. My name is Laura Gabrion. I'll be your professor this semester over the course of our 14-week semester. I want to just acclimate you not only to our Moodle page, but also to week 1. So I'm going to combine that into our week 1 video. At the top of the page, you've got a general set of resources. You'll get a weekly announcement from me that will come to you via email. I think you need to subscribe to the announcements, but you should be able to receive the weekly reminders that way. Our course text is an open education resource. It is free, and you'll just click on the link and that will open you up to this particular resource. I'll give it a second here to populate. It's argument and critical thinking, and I walk you through each week what I'd like you to read to prepare for the weekly assignments in anything that we're currently working on as we move through the weeks. All right, let's get back to our course. This year, the Writing and Rhetoric Department has created a set of helpful OU policies and resources for you, and you can go through and look through this document. It's several pages long, and it gives you a multitude of options for things that you might need while you're on campus or taking classes online. All right, every week will look just about the same. You'll have a weekly video. You'll review some material. That usually would be the kind of material that if we were in a face-to-face class, I would be handing out. So you might have a paper topic, handout, or information about research questions, for example. Since we are in an online class, all of this will be in the review section. And then you have due, and that is what you're going to turn in each week. And you'll notice that almost all of the weeks have a deadline of Sunday. So assignments open up on Monday at midnight, 12:01, the beginning of Monday, and they close at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. That's for most of the weeks. There are a few little alterations, especially as we get to the end of the semester and we're working around the Thanksgiving recess and the end of the semester. So, again, those weekly reminders will inform you. And as you can see, Moodle allows you to keep track of those due dates right with the assignment itself. Now, there is one more segment. In week 1, we had the view, review, and do. Often you'll have a reading assignment as well. So view, read, review, and do. And the reading assignments, if I just open up one of them, like I said, you've got that open education resource. I tell you exactly what you need to be reading and walk you through, it in visual format as well as textual format. And then I've included Prezis so that you'll be able to capture some of those main points, the points that I really want you to focus in on as you do that reading. So again, you've got the weeks set up just about the same each time. You've got view. You'll always have a weekly video. Read. Not every week will you have a reading assignment. Review, and again, not every week you'll have a review portion, but you'll always have a view and a do. But most weeks, like I said, will look just about this way with all 4 parts. All right, and you'll just kind of scroll through those weeks and you'll have that information, in that order each time. All right, so let's go back to the beginning. Let's look at our course syllabus for a minute here. All right, the course syllabus lays out all of the important outcomes that the university has created, specific learning outcomes, general education learning outcomes. But up at the top, you've got the information about our course, the CRN number, my name, my email address. This is a fully online class, so if you do want to meet with me, it would be, via Zoom or Google Meet, whichever one you choose. All right. And I'm always happy to meet with you. I look forward to talking to you regularly through, my comments on your work as well as, via email. And again, always happy to set up a Zoom for you. We've got, that open education resource, argument and critical thinking. If you're in 1060 and you're a brand new freshman here, you should pick up a copy of Grizz Rights. I will not refer to it in this course. It's geared more towards 1050. Again, I think it's $34 for the ebook, but it's got a lot of nice resources for you, as you move through the first writing courses in our sequence. I also want you to either bookmark or regularly come back to the Purdue Online Writing Lab. Mostly, I want you to be looking at the APA format. And it's updated, it's free, and it's a good resource for knowing how to cite sources in APA format. Now, our databases give us a lot of help in that way, but we always need to double check because most of the time those citation machines aren't perfect. All right. You again have access to those policies and resources that I showed you in our general kind of portion of our Moodle page. I've said, we've got an entirely online class. It's up to you to make sure that you have an internet connection regularly. If you lose internet connectivity, you need to get to a McDonald's or a Starbucks or something. You need to have a device. We discourage the use of smartphones and tablets for a course that's writing intensive. But again, these are your responsibilities as a student when you're taking an online class. You'll want to make sure that you're, able to use your operating system and web browser. You can troubleshoot basic computer problems. You need that backup plan, just like I said. And there's a few things that might be helpful to you to have. Saving to a cloud solution like Google Drive, especially Google Drive because it's part of our webmail is powered by Google. So, that would be a great place to keep your files that are associated with particular classes. If you do need technical assistance, if you've got questions about the course, obviously you want to contact me. But if it's Moodle, you want to contact ELIS. If it's, software or online tools that are problems, you'll want the Student Technology Center. And then if you're having trouble getting Grizz Rights, you'll want to contact Top Hat. So you've got those numbers and, email addresses here for you. All right. Expectations: students should ensure that their computer is compatible with Moodle. You'll want to log in 3 to 5 times a week. Daily login is highly recommended, but I do know you're busy and you have other courses. You'll want to follow the calendar of events and complete all assignments by their deadline. You'll want to check the Oakland University email at least once a day. Respond to emails within 2 days. When you're in discussion forums, you want to participate in a thoughtful manner. Respect the rules of netiquette where you're respecting your peers and their privacy, using constructive criticism, and refraining from engaging in inflammatory comments. On my end, I will log into the course every day or at least 5 days per week. I'll moderate conversations in the forums. I'll respond to any questions that you have. And I respond to email within 1 day, really 24 hours. And assignments will be graded within 7 days of the assignment deadline unless it's a major project. Major projects take me a little bit longer. So for example, in the assignments working up to project number 1, you can expect my feedback in 7 days, but project number 1 itself might take me a few extra days. But I'm usually pretty timely with my feedback to you. All right, grade distribution for our assignments. We've got projects. Each project is worth a certain percentage of your overall grade. But I want you to understand too that those projects are subdivided into smaller assignments. So I'll show you that in a few minutes. You've got the OU grading scale. We used to have a 4-point scale, but now we have percentages that convert to letter grades. That is always available to you in Moodle, so you should be able to see your grades once we start to accumulate grades at all times. The late submission of work for my policy is that you're allowed 2 late assignments for the entire semester. Forums do have their own rubric because they are meant to be interactive. After 6 hours, the number of points that you can accumulate for a forum post is diminished. And I'll show you that forum rubric in just a few minutes. Assignments that are late can be, have to be turned in within 1 week of the original due date, and they will be reduced by 10% of the points possible. We do have our academic conduct policy and generative AI policy. The bottom line is your work should be original. This is a class that builds upon itself. So I really want your work to be at the forefront of all of the things that you turn in so that I can actually help with your writing. That I can give you feedback that's going to further develop your self-efficacy about writing and your writing skills so that you feel that you can be successful in any class beyond your first year. All right. We do peer review and share work. So, just assume always that what we work on in class is public, not private. There is an OU early alert system that allows me to contact you via a system if I'm concerned early on about your work. If you decide to not take this class, please make sure that you drop in the drop window. Obviously, if there's other classes that you want to add in lieu of this one, you'll want to do the same thing with that. I encourage you highly to use the Writing Center. It's an amazing, resource and asset to students and faculty. Many faculty go to the Writing Center regularly when we're working on articles. Because we're an online class, you'll probably want to use the Writing Center, their online appointments. So please get ahead of that. My suggestion is if you like that extra set of eyes, make your appointments early. If I detect in that first writing sample that you'll do in week 1 that you might need a little extra assistance to be able to successfully pass this class, I'll suggest that you enroll in Write 1000. This is a supervised study. It's a helpful addition to our Write 1050 and Write 1060 classes. But if you are the kind of person who worries about this, I will say that over the several years that I've taught at OU, almost 20 now, I rarely find that students need this extra assistance. Your placement into 1060 is usually appropriate. All right. So below you see the time schedule. You'll notice that it's mimics the way Moodle is set up. So you've got your view, read, review, do, or in certain weeks you might be missing one of those components. Always something will be due, and you'll always have a video. All right, and that walks you through the syllabus. If you have questions about the syllabus once you've started to look at it, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask. All right, our discussion forum rubric, as I said, forums are meant to be interactive. They're meant to generate conversations between you. So you can see that if it's more than 6 hours late, it automatically goes down to a 5. More than 72 hours late, it goes to a 0. So this gives you an idea of what's going to get you that 15 out of 15 and all the way down. And then finally, as I mentioned earlier, those projects are made up of smaller assignments. I always include this document because there are times where it's Sunday night, you don't have enough time to finish everything that's been assigned for the week. So I would encourage you to look at a document like this and say, I'll pick the 3% rough draft over the 1%, topic formulating questions. If it boiled down to that, those actually aren't due on the same week. But, again, you want to if you've got to miss an assignment, you want to miss the ones that are going to count against you the least. All right. Now, let's shift over to week 1. Week 1, I'm asking you to review the syllabus. We just did that. Look at that discussion forum rubric. We just did that in the percentage distribution of individual assignments. Again, we just did that as well. But I encourage you to read more carefully through the syllabus. I did go through it very quickly and ask questions if you have them. And then as we move into week 1, week 1 is just a start. We're just getting to know each other. I'm getting to know your writing. So in the discussion forum, you're going to create a 30-second video using Animoto. It's very easy to use. I've created a video of my own so that you can get to know a little bit about me. I've also created a couple of short videos on how to use Animoto if you are struggling with the platform. I think it's very user-friendly. Once you have that video, you can either, you've got a share opportunity within the program that can, allow you to share a link, or you can download the video and upload it into your forum. You'll respond to the forum by clicking on add discussion topic, and you'll reply. If you were to click on mine, for example, you'll reply by just clicking on reply. So your job in this forum is to create that video and post it, and then respond to at least 2 other students' videos and comment on them. And again, just think about the fact that this is a writing class. Look at that forum rubric to guide your responses. And then the only other thing that you have due, and both of these are due Sunday, is a first week writing prompt. And again, this helps me to get to know a little bit about your writing. I don't want you to spend hours and hours on it, 45 to 60 minutes. You'll write a brief 500 words, or so essay that responds to the prompt below. I just want to see how you set up an argumentative piece and what things you add. And again, this helps me think about whether you might need extra assistance, or it helps me think about, kind of those global issues our entire class might need a little more help on, but it just allows me to see where you are at the beginning of the semester, in it as a writer. All right, that walks you through the entire course and week 1 in a very quick video. Most of the videos, the weekly videos, will not be this long, but I definitely wanted to acclimate you both to the course and to week 1. I'm looking forward to a great semester, and again, if you have any questions, just let me know.